Hi, man. Thanks for coming back.
Yeah, no problem, but what happened? Shouldn't you be on your plane to New York right now?
Well, I should be on it, but I got told at the check-in desk that my flight got canceled, but it wasn't because the flight itself didn't happen. Apparently the company canceled it.
Wait, what? How does that make any sense?
I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense in my world. It got even more confusing when I called the office in Stanford and they told me that no one there knows of a cancellation of my flight back to the States. Because why would they, since I was scheduled to be on the next SmackDown show?
So, now what?
Well, the next flight to New York is scheduled for tomorrow, but the SmackDown show is around that same time period, so I'm definitely going to miss it. And on top of that, I'm losing the chance for a shot at the tag team titles. The WWE just posted on all of their social media accounts that they already have a replacement for myself and my partner tonight.
That absolutely sucks. Well, you can definitely stay at my place as long as you want.
Thanks, man. I'll quickly get my luggage, and then I also have to make a quick phone call to New York as well.
You think you know me?
For the first time in 24 years, Edge and Christian are in the hunt for the Tag Team Championship. And with that, we welcome you to SmackDown, live from New York City.
We are in the legendary Madison Square Garden, and look at this right here. One of the most legendary tag teams is back. Edge and Christian, and they have brought back their old gear, Chris Matic.
Because they are in the hunt for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Pretty Deadly are already qualified for the three-way ladder match at Open Season. And in our following contest right now, we will find out the third team in that match. Edge and Christian were supposed to face Kofi Kingston and a partner, but Kofi Kingston is not here. So they now have a new assigned opponent for our opener here in the MSG. From one decorated tag team to another, these two are making their WWE debuts. Santana and Ortiz, they are proud and powerful.
And they are also proud New Yorkers. We are in New York City. The WWE management had to come up with a replacement since Kofi Kingston is still in his home country of Ghana. And the WWE management has brought in one of the most decorated tag teams of the past 6-7 years or so in Santana and Ortiz right here. And New York obviously is very happy to see them right here. And they are going to face Edge and Christian in a qualifying match for the ladder match. What a great opener to this week's SmackDown.
I thought Kofi was from Jamaica. Anyway, yeah, it's definitely...
You're Jamaican me crazy, Chris Matic.
Edge and Christian were tag team champions in 2001, 24 years ago. After that, they had a couple of tag team matches here and there, but they never went for the tag team titles again. And this is now the time where those two decided that it's time for ENC to become the champs again. But Santana and Ortiz, they have already accomplished a lot in the world of pro wrestling, but they are still pretty young right here. So this is a huge test for Edge and Christian. And of course, for Proud and Powerful, they face one of the greatest teams of all time. So we have definitely a stacked opener here on SmackDown.
Absolutely. And once again, a place at open season is on the line right here as Christian makes the tag to Edge right there. And Edge doesn't look like he knew this was coming right there, but nonetheless, he's going to face Ortiz right now.
Yes, indeed. As Ortiz wanted to hit him with a kick, Edge went out of the way. We saw Edge returning by the request of John Cena a couple of weeks ago as he gets hit to the outside. Edge returned by the request of John Cena to WWE. And on the same night we saw him backstage with Christian. And I don't know about you, Matt, but I'm not 100% sure if those two are on the same page. But at least they both want to win the gold, obviously.
That is true. And, we saw it on the last episode. Edge wanted answers from, Christian's comments on the first episode because he called his, performance pathetic for whatever reason. I thought Edge did actually pretty well in that match. And, they made a beautiful brainbuster here by Santana very early on. Edge, a man with neck problems in the past. This could be it already. 1, 2. Oh, that was very, very close right there. Santana cannot believe it. But yeah, I'm absolutely agreeing with you. We'll see if Edge and Christian still have the same chemistry as they had over 24 years ago.
But Santana and Ortiz, they of course had multiple tag team matches in the past years. But also, 2 years ago, those two got in a huge argument. So those two haven't tagged since 2023. So it's for both teams some kind of return to the ring. Of course, the absence of Edge and Christian was much longer than the absence of Proud and Powerful.
And now Captain Charisma Christian is in the ring right here. One of the most intelligent men, in my opinion, when it comes to the world of professional wrestling. And he tags back out to Edge. That was very, very quick.
Yeah, Edge seems to be a little bit off in this moment too. But of course he goes to work with that kind of modified backbreaker. And the dropkick directly to Santana, so Edge has all the place for himself, and now he goes for the pin. Is this already the end for Proud and Powerful? Are they beaten and conquered? No, not yet.
The small package attempt was not enough yet to put down Santana from Proud and Powerful right here. Obviously, New York is behind their fellow people from New York right here. And Santana with the reversal. Oh, and a great single leg drop kick right there. And Christian wants to tag now, but Santana makes sure that doesn't happen with that spear. And, you face the master of the spear right now as he puts you once again in a small package. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out. That was again very close. And probably smart by Edge, since, he already has a brainbuster. He already, got that brainbuster right on his neck, so he probably needs to go for quick tags here in this bout, because we don't know how long he can now continue here.
Beautiful flapjack by the Rated R Superstar. Yeah, of course, Edge had a lot of neck problems. Christian had to end his career because of concussion issues at one point. So the head upper body region is definitely something Edge and Christian should try to avoid. But of course, Santana and Ortiz know that. And they would definitely go for that.
Oh, wait a minute, Chris Matic! Ortiz is going for yet another dive! Suicide dive connects!
And as our referee, Charles Robinson, is counting the outside of the ring count, we go back into the squared circle. Of course, later tonight we have some pretty huge matches scheduled, as well as an appearance from none other than Paul Heyman.
Oh yeah. I cannot wait to listen to him after we saw him last week coming out there at the end of the show. After John Cena won against AJ Styles, so it will be pretty damn interesting to hear why he came out after the match.
There are many speculations as Christian goes for the pin, but that's still not the win. There are many speculations that Paul Heyman maybe...
Christian tags out again! They did one tag team maneuver and he just tags out back to Edge. I don't know how smart it is to keep just one person in the ring constantly, but that worked last week with our women's tag team match, so maybe it will work here.
Well, Christian doesn't get paid by moves, so maybe Like I said, I don't believe those two are on the same page, but Santana and Ortiz definitely seem to be on the same page at this moment right here with this beautiful back bump. And after last week, there are many questions if maybe Paul Heyman and John Cena are on the same page, Matt.
Well, that's a good question. I mean, who knows what, will go through John Cena's mind right now. He's also going to be here tonight. He's backstage. So he's probably going to listen to Paul Heyman and what he's about to say. And now Edge goes for the cover after the big boot. Santana was going for a springboard crossbody right there. Edge scouted that very well right here. And so far, I have to say, we are now 8 minutes in this way with Edge with the execution. Nobody so far has an advantage. And the cover is this here. No, Ortiz makes sure that Proud and Powerful is still in this bout right here. And Edge did not like that one bit.
And let's not forget, the winner of this match is the third team of the three-way ladder match at Open Season for the WWE Tag Titles. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Pretty Deadly are already qualified for that, as Edge hits the shoulder block to Ortiz. But now Santana is in the ring. And this is very smart by Santana. He steps into the way so Edge cannot make a tag to Christian and now hits him with that low drop kick.
You just saw it. Santana said, nope, you're not going to get to Christian right there. He's probably going to tag out after 10 seconds anyway again. And now Santana goes for a dive, but this time Edge goes out of the way. Ortiz earlier hit him with that dive, but Santana crashes and burns right there. Now Edge is going to take a little bit of advantage outside, goes for a spinning heel kick, but great reversal by Santana. The referee's counting. And now Ortiz is going to make some work on Edge here on the outside.
Yeah, but he's not a legal man. Well, but he just whips him back into the square.
Oh!
And now the cutter by Santana.
This could be it.
For Edge and Christian. He goes for the pin.
Wait, Christian is coming into the ring. Oh! But Edge gets the shoulder up, but Christian just in case his partner does not kick out right here. And Santana is absolutely pissed off about that. And now he's going after Captain Charisma, but watch out for Edge, he's coming behind you, the ultimate opportunist, 1, 2! Oh my god, we saw a glimpse of the ultimate opportunist 2 weeks ago on SmackDown, but then he decided not to use the chair against John Cena. Here, once again, he just took advantage of, Santana, who got distracted by Christian, or he was pissed off at Christian that he came in there while he was going for the cover. Now, once again, attacked by Proud and Powerful. Look at these great tag team maneuvers we are seeing from these two. Absolute great tag team wrestlers right here.
Multiple tag team champions in other companies as they are now going for the pin again. But, that was close. Edge came out of it, but that was very close right here.
And if Christian wants to go to Open Season to fight for the tag titles, he needs to consider to be more now into the ring, because Edge has been pretty much fighting this match. Yeah, there you go. For like 90% of this match.
Yeah, now once again, Christian is in the ring.
Two kitchens to Ortiz. That's not the most, fair move right there. Just, kneeing your opponent into his gut right there. But I guess it's effective. Whipping now from Christian. Oh! But Ortiz counters with a single leg dropkick.
And now Proud and Powerful once again with the upper hand right here as Ortiz makes a tag to Santana.
What's this? Oh, a drop kick into a back suplex. Beautiful tag team maneuvers here by Proud Powerful. Edge wanted the tag yet again. I don't know how smart that is, since he was, in this ring now for, like I said, most of the time.
And now Santana is going to the top and hits the elbow drop directly into the pin. And this could be the end of the dreams of Edge and Christian, but they are still in this.
Did you see that? Christian actually, kicked out at 1. At what the? Why is he going for the tag yet again? I don't understand this strategy at all right here. I mean, you mentioned earlier that maybe Christian doesn't want to work by the hour right here. So maybe that's his way of thinking. But I don't know how Edge will take this. Now whipping from the Radar Superstar into the corner right here. He still seems to be pretty much in this. I mean, he's a former multiple-time world champion. This guy is not just, your typical pro wrestler right there. Oh, beautiful clothesline down there in the corner. And now Edge is going to take it to the top rope.
And he hits the elbow drop directly to the back of Santana.
250 pounds just crashing onto you with all his might right there. Edge! Edge with a dive! Edge with a dive! When was the last time the Reign of Superstar did this?
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, then it might be Edge taking an advantage in the match. Oh, and we know
he's in the corner
very well.
He's in the corner. Spear! No! Beautiful reversal. Beautiful drop kick in the very last second. Santana makes sure that Proud and Powerful is still in this. He was about to be speared. Now the whip into the corner. Wait a minute, Christian's coming into the ring.
Christian!
With the drop kick.
All right, tag me in. Let's win this.
Oh, now he wants to tag. Was this the plan all along?
And now Edge makes a tag to Captain Charisma.
And he's going for it.
Kill switch.
Kill switch by Christian. And was this the strategy up behind this all the time? Getting Christian there. Yes. And he picks up the victory for ENC. Edge and Christian are going to open season.
And they have the chance to once again become WWE Tag Team Champions 24 years after their last win, after they won TLC 2 at WrestleMania 17. Wow.
Brother, what a match this was. What a great opening contest here between Edge and Christian against Proud and Powerful. And now we're getting the confirmation right here. The ladder match is full. We have the freeway ladder match for the Tag Team Championships. It's going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, which is pretty deadly. And the legends themselves, Edge and Christian. This is going to be amazing.
Attention Chase U students. Today is a huge day, not just for Chase U, but more importantly for one of our students. She got robbed out of her title back on the first edition of SmackDown, but overcame the odds with a great strategy and preparation and defeated not one, not two, but 3 women at the same time. And tonight, she will move one step closer to finally win the championship and make all of us proud. So let's hear it for our star student, Thea Hail.
Oh my God, thanks a lot, guys. You know, these past 2 weeks were an incredible roller coaster ride for me. When I got the call to be in the gauntlet match, I was surprised but excited as well. I'm still very early in my career, and I didn't know if I was ready yet for this type of situation. But thanks to your guys' support and the great teachings of Mr. Andre Chase, I had all the confidence in the world and actually became the first women's champion of the new era, beating Cora Jade and Britt Baker in the process. Together with our teacher, we have come up with a great strategy again. And tonight, we want to make it 2-0 against that dentist. I say we because when I become women's champion again, that means that Chase U is a champion as well. Chase U forever.
Ah, yes!
Great reset always brings great comebacks, as this man returns to the squared circle.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, the glorious Robert Roode!
And thank God for Robert Roode that he comes out right there and stopped that unbearable thing that we just saw before he came out here with that chase. You say, what in the goddamn hell was that, Chris Matic?
Well, I believe they have a plan for the match going on later tonight between Thea Hail and Britt Baker for the number one contendership. But let's not forget, Thea Hail was the women's champion and was screwed by Charlotte out of that. But right now we do have a singles match between Robert Roode, a pretty legendary character, former tag team champion, US champion, NXT champion, but he's not the only decorated athlete in our next contest right here, Matt.
We all want to go big, then say that. Ho!
And his opponent, representing the New Day from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 285 pounds, Big E!
Yeah, we heard it last week. Big E is going to return to singles competition right here. It was actually Kofi Kingston who said, that he is going to be one of the contestants, in a number one contender match to go to open season for the WWE Tag Team Championships, and he thought Big E was going to be his tag team partner, but then he found out Big E is actually in a singles match. So it seems like there was a communication error between those two. And now Kofi Kingston's not even here tonight, who offered Big E, obviously, that he wants to be on his side right there. So now he's in a singles match against the glorious Robert Roode.
Both of these men overcame career-threatening injuries. This is Big E's return to the squared circle. Robert Roode also had a lot of neck problems, but when there is an opportunity, the glorious Bobby Roode, the man with the it factor, always has to take that. As he has done over his 30-year career.
And now Big E, who's a former WWE champion right here. The man, oh my god, goes for a splash there in the corner. But Roode with the reversal right there. Obviously Robert Roode, a man who has won a lot of championships, as you already mentioned. And they are fighting over the corner over there. Oh, no, once again the reversal by Robert Roode.
Now once again Roode tries to whip Big E directly to the corner, and no.
Other corner.
They are going to the other corner, and now Big E gets out of the way and hits that back elbow to the face of the glorious Robert Roode, as his face now gets hit by a running knee, and he's going for the pin. This is already the end right here in this match. No, it's not.
I have a question for you, Chris Mac. I mean, after what we saw last week, does the New Day have like a future still in the WWE? I mean, they were not fighting each other, they were not breaking up or whatever. Obviously, we don't know what is up with, the third member of the New Day, Xavier Woods. We have not seen him in a while. He's still on the injured list right there. So, do you think the New Day has a future?
15 years ago, if it would have been a relationship status on Facebook, you would have said it's complicated. So, of course, those three men are friends for life, but maybe they have all different goals right now, and maybe it's time for everybody to go on their own. But it's still one of the greatest factions of all time, as maybe Robert Roode pins Big E, but Big E is still in this. And New Day definitely is one of the greatest factions of all time, multiple tag team titles. As Bobby Roode once again says, he's glorious. But yeah, like I said, I believe it's complicated being a New Day member as of now. Of course, we don't know what Xavier Woods is doing, as he still is recovering. But it seems like the New Day, maybe all of the members have different goals at this point of their careers.
Well, for the first 3 weeks you're on SmackDown since the new era began, I mean, it's not been a great start, let's just say that. You know, Kofi Kingston is just stranded back in his home country, and, you know, I mean, for Big E it's going well, you know, Xavier Woods is still injured. We'll see when he comes back, as you already mentioned. And if Big E loses to Robert Roode, I mean, this would be a dreadful start for every member of the New Day.
Yeah, of course, Big E, as a former WWE champion, there are high expectations for his return, as he might need to submit to Robert Roode, as in this hold right here, right now, our referee Charles Robertson is directly there, and Robert Roode is still in that modified camel clutch STF, I'd say, but Big E gets out of it and hits the clothesline on Robert Roode.
And maybe this was the opening. Maybe this was the opening for Big E that he needed to come back in this match. Look at the strength of Big E right here. A lot of cereals were eaten before this bout. And goes now for the big splash. Is he going for it? Oh my god! Completely squashes Robert Roode right there. Goes for the cover. 1. Oh! Immediate kick out by Robert Roode. Obviously, Robert Roode has a lot to prove still. You know, he's also towards pretty much the end of his career, 48 years old. He wants to prove, you know, still a lot to his fellow combatants in the SmackDown locker room, as he just reversed that big ending attempt by Big E. And maybe are we going to see it, please? The glorious DDT!
No! Of course, Robert Roode never was the WWE champion. He wants to change that. But now he hits the spine buster directly into the pin. And this could be the victory for him right now. But it's still not the ending for Big E in this match. Yeah, Robert Roode never was the world champion. It's now or never for him. So he needs to beat Big E right here.
Going for it again!
Going for the glorious DDT.
No! Great reversal by Big E!
Into the pin.
Schoolboy! Oh! The man from Toronto just kicked out of that, but he goes up, and now Big E has more big ending! Oh
Directly into the pin, and this is the victory.
God damn it!
Big E.
Here is your winner, Big E!
Robert Roode was seconds away from beating Big E with that glorious DDT. Then Big E with the surprise factor with the schoolboy, and then immediately goes with the big ending. A great way to end this match right here. A great contest between two great athletes, and Big E is the winner.
And speaking of winners, the winner of our main event between Thea Hail and Britt Baker will go out to face Women's Champion Jade Cargill at Open Season. This is still coming up in our main event here tonight.
And finally, we are going to see the Aussie icon in action after he got teased last week. Grayson Waller is going to make his debut against Montez Ford. And up next, ladies and gentlemen, it's none other than Paul Heyman, who has demanded some time to speak, and he will be right here live at Madison Square Garden.
Hey, you there? Just so you know, Miss Charlotte expects nothing less than a victory from you tonight.
Really? Charlotte told you that? Are you her puppy now, or what is going on here?
That's really funny coming from someone who only was signed because of Charlotte's position as the VP. You should be a little bit more thankful.
Thankful? Thankful for what? Being your babysitter?
I don't know if you have forgotten this in your tiny little brain, but I'm the women's champion, not you. I don't need anybody to fight my battles for me.
Oh, really? And so me wrestling the entire match last week for you to only come in there until the very end with a blind tag to pick up the fruits that I seeded was what exactly? You showing that you deserve this title, you wearing...
I don't care what you say, Toots. All I care about is for you to beat that ridiculous cheerleader from that made-up university, and then you doing the right thing at open season.
And what is the right thing? Laying down for you all so mighty champion that doesn't need help from anybody. And what if I decide to go for that belt? Because you don't seem so confident in defeating me on your own.
You know damn well what will happen. If you don't play by the rules of the regime here, you can pack your bags and go back wrestling for a handshake and a pizza again. Don't be stupid, Britt, and play by the rules.
So there is some tension between the women's champion Jade Cargill and Britt Baker, as both of them are still on the good side of the executive for the women's division, Charlotte Flair. So Britt Baker with the Thea Hail is coming up later tonight. But right now, this man is entering the arena here in his hometown. The wise man, Paul Heyman, is here, and I'm very excited what this man has to say.
Since when does Paul Heyman get pyro? What the hell is that? I've never seen that before, but yeah, it's going to be very, very, very interesting. Especially considering that we are just weeks away from open season. We know that John Cena is going to be one half of the main events fighting for the WWE Championship, and maybe Paul Heyman can give us some more answers for that main event here.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman.
And in case you have forgotten it, what I contributed to this business for the past 40 years, I'm going to remind you very quickly what makes Paul Heyman the most influential persona in not only the WWE, but in pro wrestling history. Because I feel like in the past 10 years or so, people have only associated me as being the manager of some larger-than-life characters, men who already made a name for themselves, and I was there to manage everything else besides the fighting part itself. Successfully, I might add. I long since stopped counting how many WrestleMania main events I was a part of. I'm incredibly proud of these accomplishments, and furthermore, the accomplishments of my clients over the years. But, and I really started to appreciate this, especially at the point when my first child was born. At this point in my life, I'm more interested in seeing the development of this great business. I used to do it early on in my career. I managed people who went on to become WrestleMania main eventers, legends, larger-than-life, never-forgotten icons. And then they will show you how much passion was inside of them this entire time. And I see a locker room right here on SmackDown, a show I used to carry as its showrunner, with pride, with lots of young, hungry, highly motivated men who are waiting in line and are on the verge of finally stepping up. And I had this question asked a lot to me over the past week. What the hell does all of this have to do with the one and only 16-time world champion, John Cena? Why did Paul Heyman come out after John Cena's victory over the phenomenal AJ Styles? Well, in order to give you all the answer as to why I did it, I'd like John Cena to come out here right now so I can say this to him face to face.
Oh! Here comes John Cena. He's answering the call.
The greatest of all time is in the biggest arena in the world of entertainment. John Cena is here. John Cena has the chance to become a 17-time world champion at open season. But what does Paul Heyman want from that man?
John Cena is all business, as you can see right there. That's not the usual entrance that John Cena goes by with all the fanfare and, looking into the crowd right there for all the, cheers that the crowd gives John Cena. But now he's in the ring with Paul Heyman. Let's see what Paul has to say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cena, for coming out here. You seem to have gotten in incredible shape, sir, for this final run of yours in the WWE. I must say, I'm looking very forward to see if you can accomplish your goal of becoming the WWE champion for the very last time. And I'm not only looking forward to it, but I'll also have my eyes on you the entire time.
Oh, that's not creepy at all. But to be more serious here, I have no clue what you're talking about and why all of this history lesson about your own persona has something to do with me.
Technically, it doesn't. But I'll be as honest as I can be with you, Mr. Cena. To see one of the biggest names of the past 20 years getting closer to his in-ring retirement makes me feel not only old, because it feels like it was yesterday when you made your debut as the Doctor of Thugonomics, but it also leaves me wondering what could have been. What could have been if John Cena, the franchise of the WWE, multiple-time world champion and face of the company, was a Paul Heyman guy. I know it sounds preposterous to you, especially with all your accolades that I just listed. Like, how much more could John Cena achieve, and what can Paul Heyman even offer John Cena? But when you think about it, our paths have crossed multiple times over the years, just like I mentioned a couple of minutes ago when I was the general manager of SmackDown back in 2003. Believe it or not, John, but I was one of your biggest supporters while the McMahons had lost all hope in you. Before you reinvented yourself as the Doctor of Thugonomics, I always pleaded for you, and I told the McMahons that they need to give him time, and eventually they'll see that this kid named John Felix Anthony Cena is destined to become something great in this business. And boy, was I ever right with that spoiler.
Okay, Paul, I know that you can talk for days, even weeks perhaps, but you wanted me out here, and now you're talking about a fantasy scenario where I'm under your wing as a Paul Heyman guy, which is fascinating to me, because if you really know anything about me, you would know that I'm my own man. I'm a guy who preaches hustle, loyalty, and respect. That's not a catchphrase like acknowledge me, or it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. I believe in that. Just like you said, I had my breakthrough back in 2003 and never looked back since. And if I'm not mistaken, you were making my first couple of years a living hell. So don't give me this, I was one of your biggest supporters crap, and finally tell me why you came out last week after my match with AJ and why you wanted me to come out here tonight.
Well then, since you apparently think that I'm not on the John Cena bandwagon, I'll tell you this right now. Since 2017, you haven't been around here that much. You always come back whenever you feel like it. Like an old legend of the sport, trying to relive his glory years, to get a pop from this audience which hated you for the most part of your WWE run, while you were still a regular part of this roster. Now they love you and see you as a legend. You said that I don't know the real John Cena. Well, you clearly don't know the real Paul Heyman. The real Paul Heyman is about evolution. The real Paul Heyman is about the future. He's about new ways of making this business even greater than it already is, which not only fed me, but more importantly, my 2 children. And in order to do so, the future must conquer the past.
Are you threatening me right now?
No, John. That's not a threat. That's a spoiler. And the spoiler says a Paul Heyman guy will rise and is going to conquer the WWE. And you will face that Paul Heyman guy at open season.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
For the WWE Championship.
Tell your guy that he's in for the biggest fight of his career. Because not only is every single young man back there motivated as hell, but so am I. I'm in the best condition in a long time, and you have to throw everything at me to get the victory. I'll prove, even as a part-timer, that I'm still the measuring stick that everybody needs to reach to be a world champion of World Wrestling Entertainment. Because my name is John Cena. And if you want some, come get some.
I'm glad you said that. And I hope you don't have anything to do next week, because I had a meeting with the WWE management this week, and they have agreed with me that I'm not only going to represent the man who is going to beat you at open season, but I also picked an opponent for you next week, right here on SmackDown. And by the end of this show, you and the rest of the C&M universe will find out who this man is going to be. You'll soon regret the day that you didn't become a Paul Heyman guy. And that's not a prediction. Well, you know the rest.
Chris Matic, we just got our main event for open season. John Cena's going to face Paul Heyman's new client, question mark. Who is it?
And the winner of that match will be WWE Champion. But, like you just said, we have no idea who is that new Paul Heyman guy.
Wow, I'm speechless. I'm absolutely stunned right there. What a great announcement from Paul Heyman.
And John Cena is stunned as well.
Okay, I got it now, but here's the thing. I showed up later because you didn't give me enough room to think about having this match against the Street Profits. You have to admit that.
Well, true, but I was really struggling out there until you came out. So making up your mind a little bit earlier wouldn't have put me in a stressful situation like this, don't you think?
You can be lucky that I came out at all.
Hey, what matters is that we are fighting for the tag team championships, and now with Edge and Christian being added to the ladder match, we have the chance to immortalize ourselves, to become one of the greatest tag teams in WWE history. Defeating Edge and Christian in their own type of match is going to be extra special.
I guess you're right, but I tell you this right now, I never want you to book me in tag matches without my approval ever again. As long as that is clear, I have no problem going after the tag belts with you.
Gotcha, bro.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Kemi, or also known as the Frenemies, a walking two-person soap opera. One week they are friends, and then Hayden Evanies the next week. And what are you guys now? Something in the middle?
No, that is DIY's finisher.
Oh, ha, ha, ha. What a funny lad this guy is, Elton.
Yeah, that's almost as funny as the thought of you guys winning the ladder match at open season.
You mentioned defeating Edge and Christian in this ladder match is going to be special for you guys. But what makes you think that you can beat the hottest tag team walking on God's green earth?
Hot and Spicy have broken up years ago, guys, and Ludwig is now on Raw.
What are you talking about, you doofus? Kit Mentas? Pretty deadly. Haven't you guys scouted us and saw how easy we defeated those two redneck Brenzen and Jigs last week?
I think they are called Briggs and Jensen.
Okay, enough! You know what? I'm sick and tired listening to you two. You think you're the hottest team in the world? You think you're special? You think we need to take you serious? Well, then how about you start shutting your mouth and one of you meet me in that ring right now for a match?
Wait, but we are not dressed to wrestle.
Yeah. Excuses. If you want to become champions around here, you have to start facing every challenge that is in front of you. And here is said challenge. Don't be cowards. Figure out which one of you wants to get his ass whooped and meet me in the ring.
I'll support you, my man. Let's do this.
Nah, you can stay here. This won't take long.
So it seems like we have one more match added to tonight's match card, Matt.
Kevin Owens, he always wants to fight right here, and he just challenged one of Pretty Deadly. Let's see if they're going to accept this challenge.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Marieville, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 266 pounds, Kevin Owens!
And like we mentioned before, those two teams will compete in the three-way ladder match for the Tag Team Championship at open season, as well as Edge and Christian will. But we saw it in the past week, Kevin Owens, he's not 100% sure that it's the right idea to tag with Sami Zayn again. But, just like we heard by him a couple of seconds ago, as long as he doesn't have to listen to the shots called by Sami Zayn, he's fine with it.
Yes, boy!
Yes, boy! Here we go! They are accepting the challenge, and who's going to face Kevin Owens now?
And his opponent, accompanied by Kit Wilson, representing Pretty Deadly from Grays, England, weighing in at 172 pounds, Elton Prince.
So it's going to be Elton Prince who actually accepts the challenge of Kevin Owens here for this singles bout. And yeah, it's a very good, you just said it with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. You know, we know that Kevin Owens is known as the prize fighter, and since there is a prize on the line at open season, he will be fine with it. But, we now have two teams in this ladder match who are, it doesn't seem like they're 100%, behind all of this, or at least, in the case of Edge and Christian, Christian doesn't want to work too much when it comes to the in-ring action. But that leads me to believe that these two men are actually currently the favorites of winning that ladder match, because they are 100%, on the same page right here. Kit Wilson on the left and Elton Prince on the right here. Pretty Deadly are in the ring, and now Elton Prince is going to show what he can do inside of the ring as a singles competitor.
Yeah, pretty heated conversation between those two teams that we saw backstage a couple of moments ago. But right now it's not about tag teams, it's about singles competition, just like you said, as Elton Prince will face Kevin Owens. And Pretty Deadly might be the tag team which has the best chances to become tag team champions, but Kevin Owens is a pretty decorated in-ring competitor as a singles wrestler. Former world champion, multiple single championships. That won't be easy for Elton Prince right here.
We'll see if Elton Prince is going to regret that he's going to accept the challenge. No! Oh my God! Kevin Owens doesn't give Elton Prince a second to breathe. Oh my God, no! Elton!
Well, I believe he might be regretting it right now, as Kevin Owens now goes after one half of Pretty Deadly, whips in into the corner.
Oh my God! He
with
kicks
a
him
force.
Kicks him on the back of his head. That should be illegal right there. The referee should need to intervene. Needs to intervene right here. Oh my God! Owens takes him out with the super kick.
Owens is on a roll right here, but now Elton Prince is still in this. Fortunately for him, but
oh my God!
Kevin Owens wants to shut Pretty Deadly up. And what is this? Oh, that goes directly to the belly button.
Oh my God, Chris Matic, you cannot tell me that this was very nice from Kevin Owens. He did not give Elton Prince a chance to breathe. Oh my God, he goes for the clothesline. But Kevin Owens, oh my God! It was like the closer from Elton Prince did not have an effect at all. And wait a minute, there's a steel chair. I presume Kid Wilson threw that in there. Who's on the outside here?
He maybe
and
tried.
Kevin Owens just saw it.
And maybe he wanted to get Kevin Owens' attention as he is getting right here, so Elton Prince can take a brief moment. But Owens is once again still in this. And this directly is something you will feel tomorrow as he now goes for the face of
no. Oh no, you don't want to be there in the corner with Kevin Owens' face. It's the because he hits him with that Cannonball Santon. And Kevin Owens is just completely going on town here on Elton Prince. No, 1, 2. Oh my God, and one half of Pretty Deadly still kicks out right here. Oh my God, maybe leave, maybe fight another day, Elton. You know, maybe it's not worth it right now.
Oh, and Kid Wilson is once again here on the apron.
Oh! He wants to take out that turnbuckle pad. Maybe that was the time that Elton Prince needed. Oh, and the instant shot block. That was incredibly smart. Well, Kevin Owens took the advantage at the very opening here when he attacked Elton Prince early on. And so now, why not make sure that, you know, Elton Prince gets a little bit of advantage right here, right now. And now he goes on town on Kevin Owens here.
Yeah, but Kevin is back on his feet already as now Prince whips in and hits him with the hip toss. And now he's going for the pin against Owens right here. But Owens kicks out at 1. He's definitely not done yet in that match.
Yes, boy! I wonder how much Kevin Owens is already regretting his decision to leave Sami Zayn in the backstage area.
Well, that still remains to be seen. As now, I believe Prince is showing him with the help of the rope right there. The referee didn't saw it.
Oh my God, and now Elton Prince goes into the single leg camel clutch right here. Is Kevin Owens going to tap out here? After Kid Wilson intervened there with the turnbuckle pad, the match has completely shifted into Elton Prince's corner. And no, Kevin Owens is coming out of that camel clutch. Oh, connects with the clothesline on Elton Prince. Kevin Owens now finds his momentum. Oh my goodness. Big boot, and he connects with the splash.
Directly into the pin again. And, this
thank God.
Was close.
Elton just looked at Kid Wilson, and he got strength to kick out after that big splash by Kevin Owens. Oh my God, but maybe he doesn't have the strength to relive this. Oh my God. Tope Constantin by Kevin Owens. The prize fighter is unleashed. Oh my God, he's going after Kid Wilson. He's not even in the match.
But now he turns his attention back to Elton Prince. The referee, of course, is counting in this singles match right here. Now it goes back to the squared circle.
Referee's fixing the turnbuckle pad. And Kevin Owens with the but the referee's now distracted with the turnbuckle pad. Kevin Owens cannot connect. Oh my God, we're already at a 5, 6, 7 count. Kevin Owens could have won this. Oh my goodness.
This match was over, but because Kid Wilson got the turnbuckle pad, the referee wasn't counting. Now Kevin Owens is going after him.
Alter Prince takes out Kevin Owens. Oh my goodness, and what is he going to do here now? Oh my goodness! He whips him right into the steel post. Oh my god! And we're in an 8 count! And Alter Prince is going into the ring. This is very, very smart! Kevin Owens is knocked out!
KO is KO!
He's KO, and Alter Prince is going to pick up the victory here! He wins over Kevin Owens! Alter Prince beats Kevin Owens!
Here is your winner, Alter Prince!
But I believe Kevin Owens is seriously hurt right there. We maybe need medical attention for KO. Because he hasn't moved since he hit that post right there. That's not looking good. But kudos to Alter Prince. He's the winner of this match by countout.
Yeah, that was incredibly smart, but yeah, I have to agree here with you, Chris Matic. Kevin Owens is still not moving. I hope everything is fine there. I mean, that was a pretty damn hard whip into the steel post. He is completely knocked out, it seems like. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is Kid Wilson doing right here? No, come on. The match is over. You don't need to do this. Wait a minute. What is Kid Wilson doing? No! No! He's got a pile driver on the outside. Oh, my God.
That's it. He's dead. So, we definitely we need medical attention right now.
I don't think that was necessary at all. Oh my god, we need a doctor out here. Quick. We need a doctor out here.
KO could have a broken neck right there.
Oh my god. Pretty Deadly has just taken out Kevin Owens.
WWE Universe has been waiting for another boom period. They have been waiting for yet another record-breaking era where superstars are created in masses and moments will last forever. But sadly, it has been too long and they are starving for a change. But you don't have to wait any longer because I am that change. Super fast, super smooth, super arrogant. But I can definitely back all of that up. It's time for a massive effect. It's time for the Grayson Waller effect.
Oh my god, I came as quickly as I possibly can. Where is Kev?
The ambulance just drove away. He's heading to the nearby hospital.
What the hell happened? I was in the shower and only saw through the replays that Kev lost after getting thrown headfirst into the steel post.
And he received a pile driver on the outside as well.
Oh my lord.
Well, I presume he has a concussion. I did some tests with him, and he clearly is not there at the moment, so I decided to send him to the hospital to get checked and possibly stay there for a night or two, just in case his condition gets worse.
For God's sakes. Okay, I have to follow the ambulance. Thanks a lot, Doctor.
And ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown is moving on as Kevin Owens is heading towards the hospital. Hopefully he's fine after that pile driver.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Angelo Dawkins, representing the Street Profits, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 232 pounds, Montez Ford!
Well, I also want a smoke right here. I think I need to go out for a smoke right now.
That were some horrific moments we saw with Pretty Deadly and Kevin Owens a couple of minutes ago. So our best wishes go out to KO. This could be a career-threatening injury.
I mean, it was already enough after he got whipped into the steel post right there. He already was knocked out, which made sure that Elton Prince won that match. But then that pile driver from Kid Wilson. I mean, maybe they saw that Kevin Owens was completely down afterwards and decided, well, let's now take advantage completely of it and take him out for good.
But right now, we are scheduled for a big debut after this big reset with the man that was shown in that video a couple of seconds ago, because Grayson Waller is facing Montez Ford right now.
Here we go! The Aussie icon is here, Chris Matic. This man right here is the future.
And his opponent from Sydney, Australia, weighing in at 206 pounds, Grayson Waller.
Cut the music! Cut the music!
Yeah, cut the music!
What's up, New York City? Be real with yourselves. This is the moment you all came here for, right? Me, the Aussie icon Grayson Waller, making my triumphant return to SmackDown on my own. Finally introducing all of us to another boom period in this company. Well, to steal a catchphrase here, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. You guys will have to be satisfied with my entrance alone tonight. Unfortunately, I suffered a little knee injury while traveling through your city, and some rude New Yorker thought it'd be funny to hit me with a baseball bat right in the knee.
How rude!
I'm also pretty sure that the person who hit me with that bat was wearing a Street Profit shirt. So you can thank Dawkins and Ford's fan base for not seeing the greatest thing since sliced bread, life and in living color. But maybe Green Bay will be luckier when I appear at next week's SmackDown. Until then, have a good night, and to steal yet another catchphrase, you're welcome, New York.
Oh my god, I wish Grayson Waller a speedy recovery. Oh man, that's sad. Well, thanks a lot, Street Profits fan base.
Well, he doesn't limp at all with that knee, so I don't know if he can be taken seriously. Yeah, and
okay,
Montez
hold
Ford.
on. One moment, please.
There's Paul Heyman again!
I'm very sorry to interrupt this show, but since Mr. Waller is unable to compete here tonight, I thought this would be my opportunity to show the world the man I have personally chosen to fight John Cena next week. And to ensure that Montez Ford can still have his scheduled match, it will now be with the man I'm about to present to you. And to the whole world. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you John Cena's opponent for next week.
Oh shit.
I think there's a badass in the house!
And his opponent from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, Britt Baker!
Well, this is not looking good for Montez Ford as Britt Baker makes his SmackDown debut. And just like Paul Heyman said, he is his hand-picked opponent for John Cena next week here on SmackDown. And right now we are getting a little taste of him as he faces Montez Ford.
Wow, I mean, we heard it early on from Paul Heyman. He's now all about the future. He wants to build a new foundation, a new era here in the WWE. And bringing in this man right here, badass Braun Breaker, a second-generation superstar, is an incredibly great choice. And yeah, I don't want to be Montez Ford. Maybe Montez, drink a little bit more, whatever you have in your cup, so that the pain maybe will not be that much.
Badass Braun Breaker, the son of WWE Hall of Famer Rick Steiner. This man can take you down within seconds.
Yeah, I don't think Montez Ford will get the smoke here tonight. He will be smoked by Braun Breaker. Ah! Oh my god! Oh my god! Is the head still attached?
And once again, the slam from badass Braun Breaker.
Oh my god! Jesus! JBL calls this close. That's clothesline from hell. I don't even want to know what you call that. The clothesline from the pits of hell. Oh my god, he's going for the move that his uncle made famous. Frankensteiner by Braun Breaker. What a freak of an athlete.
And now he's going for it. This could be the end of Ford right here.
Oh, no. Ford gets out of the way, but now Paul Heyman distracts Montez Ford. That was a mistake right there by one of the Street Profits, and he just gets thrown across the ring with that German suplex. 1, 2, this could be it right here. Oh, no, Braun Breaker says, nope, that's not it. That could have been it right there after the German suplex. Montez Ford completely is out of his game. Oh, but the clothesline this time does not connect right there. I hope John Cena is watching this in the backstage area to see what he, has to focus for next week.
Montez.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my fucking god!
In Germany we say, aus dem Leben geschossen. Montez Ford might be out for good.
Hat seine Ehre genommen, to quote yet another German saying right here, and then the Steiner recliner puts the nail into the coffin right there. What an impressive debut.
If I were John Cena, I would be considering retiring right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week it's going to be an incredible match right here. It's also going to be unpredictable with Braun Breaker's condition right here. Maybe John Cena doesn't know what will happen to him next week. As we now have the confirmation right here, this is the man that Paul Heyman teased before. It's going to be Braun Breaker with John Cena for the very first time next week here on Friday Night SmackDown. This is going to be a barn burner.
Maybe Cena won't even make it to open season after that.
And also confirmed for next week, it's going to be the return of the Celtic Warrior Sheamus as he's going one-on-one against the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Another pay-per-view quality match.
But up next, we will find out a new #1 contender for the Women's Championship as JCU's Thea Hail goes one-on-one with Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. This is up next here on SmackDown.
The Doctor is in the house. One of the biggest signings in WWE by Charlotte Flair right here. Britt Baker's making her way to the ring.
The following is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Britt Baker!
We saw her debuting in that gauntlet match 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. She had a big chance. She nearly became Women's Champion, but she was defeated by Thea Hail. But before Thea Hail was supposed to face the 6th person in that match in none other than Jade Cargill, Britt Baker attacked Thea Hail, who just became the Women's Champion,
representing Chase University from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Thea Hail.
After that, it was just a matter of time for Jade Cargill. She just needed to pick up the pieces and defeated Thea Hail to become the women's champion. But the winner of this match right now, Matt, will be the opponent of Jade Cargill at open season for the women's championship. And Britt Baker and Jade Cargill are both on Charlotte Flair's good side. But we saw in the backstage segment that maybe Jade Cargill and Britt Baker are not on the same page in this.
As we saw last week, when Britt Baker wrestled the majority of the tag team up because, Jade Cargill didn't know she was going to wrestle that night. And, just in the end, Jade Cargill tagged herself in to, pick up the pieces to win against Cora Jade and Shotzi. So, they are not on the same side. And, as we saw earlier on, it pretty much looks like if Britt Baker wins this one, this will be a fast women's title match at open season.
Jade Cargill wants Britt Baker to lay down if she is successful against Thea Hail. But Thea Hail is motivated. She became the women's champion. She had a little bit of success for a couple of seconds. She got to taste the glory of being a champion until Charlotte Flair screwed her and made her face Jade Cargill.
Somewhere Kevin Nash was watching that segment between Jade Cargill and Britt Baker and absolutely had a big smile on his face.
Oh, and Thea, with that answer, you give it to the head of Britt Baker. Now maybe Britt Baker needs a dentist.
Okay, can we talk about, once again, that Chase U is actually not a university? I know, it's supposed to be fun, I know they're trying to hype themselves up and whatever, but Chase University is not a real university! Can we stop pretending?
Andre Chase is handing out teachable moments to his students as his goal is to make them the best possible WWE superstars. And if we are looking at Thea Hail, he's doing a pretty good job. And if people like some, let's call them coaches, can call themselves university, well, then Andre Chase can definitely do that too.
Well, if he teaches his students anything, then it's, I guess, how to lose, because he got taught a lesson last week where Braun Strowman absolutely destroyed him in the opener of SmackDown right there. And, I don't know why Thea Hail is with that loser, Andre Chase, because she has been way more successful. I mean, she has been wrestling every week since the first SmackDown, and she has won. Last week, she impressively won in a 3-on-1 handicap match against Piper Niven, JC Jane, and Dakota Kai. So, I will give Thea Hail that. I'm not even denying that she has been on a roll right here. And that's an incredible, fact, because she came up from NXT and nobody expected this.
Yeah, and as well as that, nobody expected Britt Baker to be a part of the SmackDown Women's Division here. So that's definitely one of the biggest new signings after WWE has been sold. And now she catches Thea Hail and takes her down with that powerbomb.
And there's the reason why she got signed right there. Beautiful powerbomb reversal.
Yeah, Britt Baker now has the upper hand in this. He's going for the pin. Is she also going to open season? No. Thea Hail is still in this.
Still a 2 count in this one, but I'm sure Britt Baker will be seconds away from winning this bout against Thea Hail and ending this fairy tale. Oh my god, and speaking of fairy tale ending right there. That move looks familiar. And Britt Baker now does a stomp on Thea Hail's head here. For a good measure.
Yeah, maybe she's looking for new customers as a dentist. As she's going after the head of Thea Hail, and now she whips her into the corner and hits that kicks on the now former women's champion.
But not the current women's champion. The current women's champion is Jade Cargill, the greatest women's champion, in my opinion, of the last decade or so.
Well, she hasn't done anything to prove that she is the greatest yet. Unless Thea Hail, who was the real winner of that gauntlet match 2 years ago, but just because Charlotte Flair got her ego once again in the way and wanted her people to become champions. Charlotte Flair screwed Thea Hail
my
out
God.
of that championship.
Oh my God, and Britt Baker has a strategy now in this one as well. We heard Thea Hail early on in that absolutely annoying of a segment there with Andre Chase and other students of, well, students in quotes, of Chase U. You know, we heard that they have a strategy. So far I'm not seeing it, but I see a strategy here from Britt Baker. You know, beating up Thea Hail on the outside, putting, giving her much damage as possible. And now she takes Thea Hail into the ropes.
And now she hits the punches directly into the lower back of...
This does not look good for Thea Hail. I'm sorry to say this to all the Thea fans, to all of the annoying Chase U fans, but Britt Baker is in charge here.
And now she has that leg lock locked in, and Charles Robinson is there asking Thea Hail if she wants to quit this.
Yeah, give up. Just give up. You fought a good fight, okay? But you're now in the big leagues.
And directly after that comment, she kicked the living life out of Britt Baker's face. But the dropkick doesn't go into the skull. But that kick definitely is. And Thea Hail could be out right here.
2.5. Britt Baker is very, very close to winning this. She needs to hit the curb stomp. She needs to apply the lockjaw here, and then I guarantee you the victory will go to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as she whips Thea Hail now into the corner.
And now the chops by the dentist. Oh, what is this?
She's going for a superplex. Superplex by Britt Baker. She has been dominating this, and now she wants to put in an indefinite end to Thea Hail. Wait a minute. No. Oh my God. What a reversal. What a reversal by Thea Hail. That cheerleader. What a great reversal. And now the clothesline. A second clothesline. And connects with the calf kick. What the hell is going on here?
Never underestimate Thea Hail. Never underestimate Chase U.
No!
Swinging that breaker.
My God. We have seen this move in the past 2 weeks. Cover 1, 2. Oh, kick out, thank God. And by the way, this is a battle between two women from Pittsburgh. I just mentioned the victory will go to Pittsburgh. It's actually a battle between two women from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. As Thea goes for the Kimura lock. Now.
Dr. Britt Baker, he's going for it. No, that was the famous. I thought she was going for the curb stomp right there. But this could also be the end.
Oh my, what? What? Britt Baker cannot believe her goblin bits, and she goes for the pinfall attempt again, but Thea was with her leg already in the ropes. Thea cannot understand anything anymore, and now Thea is hyping up the crowd. A lot of Chase U friends here in Madison Square Garden.
Chase U is everywhere.
No!
And Britt Baker goes to the outside. Thea Hail is feeling the momentum right here.
Oh, no. She's going up the top rope. Oh, my God. X-handle by Thea Hail. Oh, my God. This could not go both ways, Chris Matic.
She knows what's on the line, and it's looking pretty good for her. Right now, this could become a teachable moment for her.
Is she going to open? Sees a Kimura lock attempt again. No! Reversal. Britt Baker now with the schoolboy. She tried to win with that maneuver lots of times over the past 2 weeks. But no, wait a minute. Thea reversals. 1, 2. No,
that's it.
No, not again.
Thea Hail is the new #1 contender.
Here's your winner, Thea Hail.
Wait! That was way too quick. What the hell happened? Not again.
Thea Hail gets a fair chance at regaining her Women's Championship from Jade Cargill at Open Season.
I cannot believe it. She actually did it again. She has been on an incredible roll, and then we have the confirmation right now. It's going to be Jade Cargill against that cheerleader from Chase U, Thea Hail. Oh my goodness, this is going to be incredible to watch.
That cheerleader just defeated Britt Baker, as well as she won the 3-on-1 handicap match last week, as well as she originally won that gauntlet match. And speaking of the gauntlet matches, is the woman that screwed Thea Hail out of the women's championship.
She didn't screw her.
She did.
Jade was just late.
Very impressive. Not only did you manage to defeat 2 women in the gauntlet match, but you also unbelievably overcame 3 competitors last week. And once again, you were successful against Britt Baker. The very competitor I brought in to elevate the competition within the women's division here on SmackDown. And now, you have officially punched your ticket to open season, where you will face none other than Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. However, I regret to inform you that I may have forgotten to mention one important detail. An additional stipulation will be added to your title match that night. You see, Thea, I have been the target of countless unfair accusations from the online wrestling community, the public, and even our own commentators. They claim that I am biased in favor of our current champion. Nothing could be further from the truth, and to prove it, I have made a decision. At open season, it will be Thea Hail going one-on-one with Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship, and I will be the special guest referee.
Oh no! This can't be true.
What a great decision!
So that there is no doubt in anyone's mind that I am an unbiased vice president with no favoritism towards anyone.
Miss Flair, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I have busted my ass these last few weeks, and I have overcome every obstacle that was thrown my way, and I know exactly why you put me in a 3-on-1 handicap match last week, and even worse, why you forced my mentor and trainer into a match against Braun Strowman, a man twice Mr. Chase's size. So you can stand here and tell me that you're going to be an unbiased referee, but don't expect anyone to believe that load of bullcrap. But if the past few weeks have proven anything, it's that Chase U will overcome every hurdle, every obstacle, everything thrown at us, because we are one big family, and together we will beat the system and become women's champion again.
You have overcome every obstacle besides Andre Chase. You lost to Braun Strowman.
Oh, so you're one of those conspiracy theorists who think that people in positions of power are working against them. That's just sad, Thea. It's disappointing that you're listening to all these fake news spreading online bullies. But with the utmost respect and professionalism that I possess, I still wish you the best of luck against Jade Cargill.
What a great announcement by Charlotte Flair. She's going to ref the match between Thea Hail and Jade Cargill.
Oh, and one other thing, Thea.
Oh, no! Screw this! Charlotte Flair is as unbiased as Elon Musk, as Britt Baker goes after Thea Hail, who beat her clean in the middle of the ring.
Never mind. Good luck.
She just wished her good luck, Chris Matic. I don't know why you are spreading these fake news. And now, Britt Baker, she's absolutely pissed off that she lost this match right here. Slams Thea Hail down and puts her into the lock jaw right here in the middle of the ring.
Screw this and screw Charlotte Flair.
I cannot believe it. It's gonna be a great match between Jade Cargill and Thea Hail in open season. And Charlotte Flair, the special guest referee. Woo!